Hey guys, Willjum here, and today I have for you a highly requested build tutorial for the base that I used in my most recent solo survival series. The base at its core is a 2x2 design with enough space for a solo up to even a 4-man group. At its final stage, the absolute minimum raid cost to the tool cupboard is 31 rockets direct. However, the majority of raid paths will take well over 40 rockets just to reach the tool cupboard and main loot. I want to give a massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed. We've just flown past the 5k milestone, and I really appreciate all of your positive comments left on my videos. Another big thank you goes to my patrons as well. You guys are helping me save up for an actual PC rather than the laptop I use, and your support means the world. Now, for the base tour. Coming to our front door, we have a very simple single door airlock, some drop boxes and metal shop fronts, and then on our right we have a chute that leads to our top floor. The chute is incredibly helpful in situations where you need to get to your shooting floor as quickly as possible. Mirrored on either side, through these garage doors, we have access to our peaks. These peak downs provide fantastic angles for door campers. Through these garage doors on our right, we have a bedroom. As a solo, you're not going to need as many beds as I have placed in this base, so these rooms can be replaced with loot rooms. Heading onto our top floor, we have a shotgun trap protecting our door, along with a double door that acts as an airlock. Through the double door, we also have a minicopter garage. Heading down, we now see our first roof seal bunker. Once the roof seal bunker is cleared, which can only be done from the inside, we can head down to our second floor. On this floor, another bedroom along with our tier 3 and another storage room. A locker can also be placed here as it's close to your beds and can give you fast access to gearing up. The fantastic part about this base is that it involves 3 roof seal bunkers stacked on top of each other. What this means is that if anyone tries to raid your base from above, which is quite a common raid path especially in larger bases, they're most likely going to be spending upwards of 60 rockets just to reach your main loot. On the second floor, what we have is a lot more boxes. Through this single door we have more garage doors, a locker, a couple of boxes and some furnaces. This leads to our main entrance, which you saw earlier. Through the third and final roof seal bunker, we have access to our core. I absolutely love the core of this base, and it's incredibly comfortable to live in. The final part of this base is the suicide bunker. Every night before you log off, move your best items into the 2 transfer boxes, F1 kill, respawn inside your bunker and move the items from the transfer boxes into the storage boxes or the tool cupboard. I would recommend, if you're playing as a larger group, the most active player having access to this sleeping bag. To seal up the base before you log off, use floor frames and place roofs on top of them. Leave the floor frames as twig and then upgrade the roofs to sheet metal. What makes this base perfect for any wipe is that it can be built progressively as you play. If you've watched my solo series, you'll know that I built it over the course of 3 or 4 days in different stages, starting from a very simple starter and then expanding all the way to the final stage. With that, it's time to move on to the base build. For those of you interested, the build cost and upkeep will be in the description below. The starter might look a little bit complicated due to the half walls, but I assure you that everything is completely necessary in order to build the bunker later on. To place the tool cupboard, place a twig wall for guidance and then you can line up the cupboard perfectly. Remove the twig wall, place a sleeping bag, place your furnaces, place a campfire and some small boxes along with a tier 1 next to the door. Most of this should be upgraded to stone, however there are 3 walls that need to be left as wood. 3 walls are the single door frame, the half wall on the front side of the base on the top, along with the full wall on the right. This should be shown here clearly. When you're ready to expand, place 2 more square foundations and 2 triangles. Surround it with walls and a wall frame, and then seal it up with ceilings and then 3 more half walls. Place a double metal door as your main entrance. To fill up your main loot room, place a twig full wall as guidance, and then place 2 large boxes in a small box. Now, place some U-shaped stairs facing the front of the base and upgrade them to stone. What you now need to do is remove the 3 wooden walls. From my experience, the fastest or most efficient way to do this is with either bone knives, machetes, or salvaged swords, as they're easily accessible and quite cheap. Once that's done, place a roof and upgrade it to wood. You can then place a large box slightly peeking over the edge of the U-shaped stairs. If done correctly, when you remove the roof, the box should very slightly peek through the wall. Repeat this on the other side as well. You can now seal it off with floor tiles and walls. Remove the furnaces and seal up the honeycomb as well. Place some wall frames and garage doors if you have the blueprint. I'm going to be upgrading the wall frames to sheet metal as it will make it easier to place boxes later. To expand, place a triangle foundation, 2 full height walls and 2 half walls, and seal it off with a wall frame and a triangle. To access the top floor, place a furnace to use as a jump up. You can now place a sheet metal double door. To seal up the second floor, surround it with half walls and full height walls. Finally, a single door frame needs to be used. The single door frame is incredibly important as it blocks people from throwing grenades down the side of the chute. If you have the blueprint, fill up all the wall frames with garage doors. The interior of your 2x2 can be filled up as you please. This is just a demonstration of how I did it in my wipe. If you're a solo, you can replace those sleeping bags with more boxes instead. For the top half of the loot room, you're going to need to head outside, and out of twig, place a triangle and a half wall with another triangle on top. You can then go back inside and place the triangle from the back wall. Place more large boxes on top. I'm not going to place the large box on the left so that I can still access my suicide bunker and all the boxes for now. On the inside, I'm now going to be placing a spiral of large boxes and small boxes. 2 more furnaces can be placed in the chute. In this triangle honeycomb on the outside, it is critical that you place this triangle at half height. This is so that later on you can place the floor frame so that you can then place your roof seal bunker. Place 2 more triangle foundations to finish the honeycomb. Seal up the second floor with walls, and then 3 wall frames are needed so you can fill them with garage doors later. For now, some twig foundations can be used. For your chute, place 2 more full height walls with a triangle on top. Place a wall frame and then a garage door inside it. I'm going to go ahead and finish the interior now so you can see what you would have to do. However, this can wait until you've got more loot throughout the wipe. Throughout the wipe, you're going to be farming sheet metal and high qual. What you're going to want to do at some point is upgrade all of this core and the honeycomb to sheet metal. Once you have enough high qual, you should go ahead and upgrade the 1x1 suicide bunker completely to HQM. Once that's done, you can now seal it off and upgrade the final wall to HQM. Your suicide bunker is now completely intact. As a demonstration, you can now place your roof seal by placing the floor tile and then a roof on top, leaving the floor tile as twig. You should go ahead and remove all double doors for garage doors at this point. For your front entrance, remove the twig foundation and place a square foundation and then a triangle foundation. This can be made out of stone. These foundation steps are going to be your final steps so they can be upgraded to wood. Place 2 wall frames and then 2 single doorways. Place shop fronts in the frames and then single doors. Right here is where we're going to be building our chute. So what we're going to do is upgrade this to sheet metal, and for now just place a single triangle honeycomb. You can then place a wall frame and a garage door. We'll finish the chute later when we get to the top floor. Place 2 more full height walls and another triangle and another wall frame, like on the floor below. Once again, I'm going to complete the interior now, but this doesn't have to happen all at once. This is the room where your tier 3 can be placed, along with a locker. If you wanted, you could save on the tier 2 and place the tier 3 in your main core and your tier 2 up here. It's completely up to you. What we're now going to do is honeycomb around the tool cupboard suicide bunker. Along with finishing the honeycomb on the back of the base as well. The base should be looking like this. On the shooting floor, place 3 walls and then 2 wall frames. Then going to want to put a window followed by a single door frame. Seal it up with floor tiles, then place some wall frames and fill them all with garage doors. Place your beds in the bedroom, followed by some window bars, a locker and a large box. To seal up the chute once again, place 2 full height walls, a triangle and a wall frame. This is the same as on the 2 floors below. Now you can actually finish your chute that accesses the top floor. Surround the triangle with walls and then place ladders and then seal it up with a triangle on top. On your top floor, seal up the chute with 2 half walls and a triangle. Place a single door frame, a window on the right, and then another wall frame on the left. Now it's time to finish up the honeycomb of the base. Only around the tool cupboard we're going to be upgrading all of this honeycomb to sheet metal to maintain a minimum raid cost of 31 rockets direct to TC. Make sure you copy exactly as I do. I'm trying to place this honeycomb quite slowly so it's clear to you where I'm placing it. If you need to, you can slow down the video or go back. A similar pattern is repeated on the back side of the base, although on this only needs to be made out of stone as it is not protecting the suicide bunker but instead just the core 2x2. Now, on the second floor, surround all the triangles with walls. The base should be looking like this. The chute itself needs to be well protected, as it effectively would skip past the roof seal bunker if you were to blow into it. For this reason, we're going to be surrounding it with sheet metal honeycomb as well. Once again, in the same pattern that we surrounded the tool cupboard. This honeycomb will have to be 1 level higher though, seeing as the chute is more than 1 level high. Now that your base is looking a little something like this, it's time to work on the shooting floor. Mirrored on both sides, we're going to be placing triangles in the following pattern. Doing it this way enables you to create nice little external peek downs using the opening of single doors. Place windows all the way around. After you've placed all the windows, you can seal it all up with triangle floor tiles. Now you can place single door frames on the right side of each gap. In each frame, place a single door and open it. Make sure these are code locked so that people aren't able to just jump into your shooting floor. If they're code locked and left open, no one will be able to jump in. Now for the final little touches, make sure every single sheet metal double door is replaced with a garage door. Fill up the extra space with lockers, large boxes and furnaces. And then you can slap down a repair bench or a research table wherever you think is best. And that is going to wrap it up for this build. I asked my patrons to help come up with a name for the base because I couldn't for the life of me think of one. And my favourite was this one by this guy, so thank you very much for that, you really helped me out. And yeah, if you're interested in becoming a patron and supporting me like these fantastic people, then the link will be in the description below. Apart from that, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Drop a comment, let me know what you'd like to see in future. And on that note, I'll see you guys in my next solo series. Willjum, out.